Find out how to use money as positive energy and multiply your earnings in a practical and transformative way. In this video, you will learn how to reframe limiting beliefs about wealth, create daily prosperity rituals, and organize your financial space to attract opportunities. With real examples, inspiring stories, and practical manifestation exercises, you will align your mind, your actions, and your environment to live in full abundance. Perfect for those looking to manifest more money, develop a wealth mindset, and create a steady stream of prosperity in life. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any content about manifestation and financial abundance. Have you ever stopped to think about what money really is? Not as paper, not as a number in a bank app, but as energy. Yes, energy. Money is simply an extension of our own vibration, our thoughts, our relationship to what we feel is possible for us. Those who understand this completely change their financial history. Because to multiply your earnings, first of all, you need to change the way you connect with money. Many people grow up hearing that money is dirty, that it is difficult to get, that it only comes with sacrifice. Others learn that money is something that separates the good from the bad, that causes problems. These ideas are stored in our subconscious as seeds that, without us realizing it, will flourish throughout life. So even if you want to thrive, even if you work hard, there is an invisible part within you that is blocking that abundance. Now, imagine if you started to see money as something neutral, neither good nor bad, just energy waiting to be directed. Like water, it can irrigate a garden or flood a city, depending on how it is channeled. The secret to transforming your financial life starts here. Recognize money as a force that responds to your intention, your respect, and your vibration. I want to share with you a true story that illustrates this perfectly. It's Daniel's story. For years, Daniel worked 2 jobs, worked overtime, and still lived on the edge. Whenever he received his salary, it was like sand running through his fingers. Until one day, exhausted and frustrated, he decided to change. He stopped asking himself, "Why do I never have enough money?" and started asking, "How can I become a channel of constant abundance?" This simple exchange of questions changed everything. Daniel began to study about energy, about the prosperity mentality. He proceeded to bless every coin that came to him, every penny, with gratitude. When he paid a bill, he would say aloud, "Thank you, money, for serving me. Come back multiplied." It seems small, it seems silly. But what happened was extraordinary. Within a few months, Daniel received an unexpected promotion. Then, new opportunities arose, investments paid off, and most importantly, he felt at peace with money. No longer like a slave chasing, but like a master of his own energy. What Daniel discovered is a universal principle. Money responds to our internal state. If you see him in fear, he escapes. If you treat him with suspicion, he closes himself off. If you honor it and welcome it as a positive energy, it flows and multiplies. Now think about how you feel when you think about money. Feel it, really. Chest tightness, anxiety, blame, or gratitude, lightness, confidence. These emotions are your thermometer. They indicate whether you are opening doors to abundance or whether you are unwittingly building invisible walls around yourself. And here comes the first practical exercise I want to propose. Starting today, every time you pay something, instead of feeling sadness or anger for the money that goes away, take a deep breath and mentally say, "I bless this money. He's fulfilling his purpose and will come back to me in even greater ways." Simple? Yes, but powerful. Because where your attention goes, your energy goes. And where your energy goes, reality shapes itself. When you begin to understand that money is like a chain, that it needs to circulate, that it needs to be honored, you stop clinging in a negative way. You enter the flow of abundance where giving and receiving become part of the same natural movement of life. Now let's move on to understand an even deeper aspect of this connection with money, your financial identity. Who do you believe yourself to be in relation to wealth? Now that you've recognized how money reflects your internal state, let's dive into an even deeper layer, your financial identity. Stop for a moment and think, when you imagine someone rich, what image comes to your mind? An executive in a suit? A famous artist? a stressed investor. That image reveals the archetype of prosperity that you carry, and that may be unconsciously limiting how much you think you deserve to earn. I know the case of Marina, a young entrepreneur who loved to help people, but always thought, I can't charge too high, otherwise they'll think I'm greedy. The result? She worked non-stop, offered low prices, and felt exhausted and undervalued. It was only when she became aware of this belief, big money, greed, that she began to change her internal narrative. Every morning, in front of the mirror, Marina repeated to herself, I deserve to prosper and serve with excellence. Gradually, her offers were valued, customers willing to pay more appeared, and her revenue skyrocketed, without her having to work more hours. The exercise I propose now is simple but transformative. Take a notebook or open a note on your cell phone and answer these questions honestly. 1. When I think about money, what is the first feeling I have? 2. What words do I usually use when talking about money? Easy, difficult, unfair, blessing. 3. What is the main story I told myself about wealth? Write without judgment. Then, notice which of these phrases carry a weight or a tightness in the chest. It is these old stories that need to be rewritten. Now, turn each limiting sentence into an affirmation of power. For example, money is hard. Money flows to me easily. Earning a lot makes me greedy. I serve better when I am well rewarded. Read these new affirmations out loud every day, preferably when you wake up and before bed. By doing so, you start to scan the world for opportunities compatible with this new identity. And speaking of opportunities, I want to share a practical manifestation exercise that you can start today, the Million Map. Draw in the center of a sheet the value you want to manifest. It can be $50,000, $100,000, whatever makes sense for your life right now. Around it, write down, in words or small drawings, all the possible ways to get there. Selling products, providing services, investments, partnerships, courses, mentoring, even ideas not yet tested. Don't worry about the how at this moment. The important thing is to connect your desire to multiple possibilities and feel the excitement of each one. Every time your focus gets stuck on a single path, I'll only make it if. Go back to your million chart and realize that the universe is much bigger than your point of view. More doors are open than you might think. To internalize this practice, I suggest you take 5 minutes in the middle of the day just to look at your chart, breathe deeply, and visualize these ideas coming to life. Feel every scene as if it were already real. Your smile when you close a new client. The thrill of investing with confidence. The joy of celebrating results greater than you ever imagined. Before we move on to the next step, where we'll learn how to anchor these new states of abundance into daily habits and use the strength of the group, do this last exercise in this part. Every time an opportunity crosses your radar, no matter how small it may seem, write it down on an opportunities that arise tile. It can be a comment from someone, a piece of news, a sudden inspiration. You will be surprised at the amount of clues that appear when your mind is open to prosperity. In the next block, we will discover how to reinforce these new inner patterns through powerful routines and the support of others who also vibrate at the same frequency of abundance. When you understand that abundance is born from the inside out, the next step is to create daily routines that anchor these new patterns of prosperity. Without affectionate discipline, even the best intentions slip away. That's why we're going to talk about 3 simple, but powerful, rituals for you to practice each day. The first is the ritual of the prosperous morning. When you wake up, before you even look at your phone, you sit comfortably, close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. As you breathe in, imagine the flow of money coming into your life. As you exhale, imagine any financial tension being released. Then open your eyes and write down in a notebook 3 things you're grateful for: your health, your abilities, a small gain you've recently received. Gratitude changes your biochemistry. It raises your vibration and makes the universe respond at the same frequency. I got to know Carla's story, who used to wake up already anxious to pay bills. She swapped that habit for 5 minutes of meditation and gratitude logging. In 2 weeks, his perception changed so much that new sources of income appeared. Invitations to lectures, partnerships, even an unexpected prize at work. The second ritual is the minute of declaration. Throughout the day, take a minute, at coffee time, in traffic, or when washing your hands, to repeat abundance affirmations you've created. For example, I deserve to multiply my earnings, or I am open to opportunities that uplift me. Continuous repetition reprograms your subconscious, aligning your thoughts to the field of prosperity. The third ritual is optional, but I strongly recommend it: the alignment meeting. Gather once a week a small group of people who share your purpose to thrive. This could be friends, co-workers, or online mentors. In the meeting, in person or by video, each one shares a victory and a challenge. Together, you celebrate successes and offer support to overcome blockages. This support network creates mutual accountability and expands your vision of possibilities. To put it into practice today, choose one of these rituals and commit to 7 consecutive days. Write down on a board or agenda which ritual you performed and how you felt at the end. Small victories generate enthusiasm and reinforce your commitment. Before moving forward, let's do one last practical exercise in this part. Create a simple abundance contract. On a piece of paper, write a short phrase. For example, I commit to honoring money as positive energy every day. Sign it with today's date and place it in a visible place, such as your refrigerator door or your workplace. Whenever you pass by, you will be reminded of your commitment and reinforce your intention. In the next block, we'll dive into how to align your physical space and your financial plan strategically, creating a cash flow that supports your long-term dreams. Get ready to learn how to structure intuitive budgets, investments in line with your vibe, and even how to use the financial ecosystem to your advantage. When we talk about abundance, it is not enough to work on the mind. It is also necessary to harmonize your space and your financial plan. Think of your money as a river. If the banks are crooked, stony, or blocked, the flow stops and overflows in a disorderly fashion. Let's level out those margins. Start by looking around your work environment and your home. Where do you keep your accounts, your receipts, your statements? If everything is piled up, warning signs appear in your energy. Confusion, delays, and missed opportunities. I propose a simple exercise. Choose a drawer or shelf exclusively for your prosperity box. Inside it, organize folders or envelopes for income, expenses, and investments. Decorate this space with something that represents abundance to you: a small plant, a cheerful color, a scented candle. This ritual strengthens the message to your subconscious that money has a special place in your life. In parallel, let's create an intuitive budget. Instead of rigid tables, use a method that dialogues with your rhythm. Take a monthly calendar and, on each day, mark your expected departures and arrivals with different colors. Look at fixed account dates, payday or sporadic income days, and create free zones for spontaneous investments that reserve for unexpected opportunities. When you view the entire month, you clearly see where the flow needs to be adjusted and where there is room for new sources of income. Now think of your investments as extensions of your purpose. When Daniel, who I mentioned earlier, discovered a passion for education, he invested part of his money in an online coaching course, and months later, began to offer mentorships, multiplying what he invested. This is the magic of the financial ecosystem. Each reallocated resource can generate a return in line with its highest vibration. To practice this, choose a small amount that you can allocate today to something that makes your heart beat faster. It can be a course, a book, a meetup. Set a date on your calendar to review this investment. 3 weeks later, evaluate what you have learned, what doors have opened, and how it has boosted your money flow. Before we move on to the final block, do this exercise. Looking at your million map and your prosperity box, define a concrete action for this week that combines organized space and financial purpose. For example, paying for a course and reserving a new envelope for investments. Feel the excitement of this decision and write down how it builds your confidence. In the next block, we'll tie everything together into an integrated action plan and close with an emotional call that will propel your manifestation journey. Now imagine everything we explore working in perfect harmony. You recognizing money as energy, rewriting your prosperity identity, mapping multiple possibilities, anchoring daily rituals, and organizing your space so that the flow never stops. This is the point at which transformation ceases to be a concept and becomes a concrete reality in your life. To do this, I propose that you unite each element in an integrated plan of action. First, take a moment to review your million chart and mark on your intuitive calendar the days you will practice each ritual. Morning gratitude, affirmations throughout the day, weekly alignment meeting, and organizing the prosperity box. Then, choose a date for that hard investment, the course, the book, or the experience, and block that resource on your abundance shelf. By putting everything on the calendar, you ensure that nothing is just the intention. Then, connect with someone who is on this journey with you. Send a message inviting them to exchange results and support challenges. When you share your victories, no matter how small they may seem, and receive encouragement in return, the energy of prosperity multiplies exponentially. And don't forget, the flow of money is like a cycle of give and take. Keep blessing every penny that goes out and welcoming every opportunity that comes. At the end of each week, make a short balance. What went well? What new door has opened? What old beliefs still appear to be overcome? Write everything down in a manifestation diary. It's a powerful barometer of your evolution. You are not alone in this process. Thousands of people around the world are discovering that the real secret of wealth is not to accumulate, but to expand their inner energy. And every step you take inspires someone else to do the same. If you felt this calling, how good. Now, mentally celebrate each achievement, even if small. Share in the comments what your biggest discovery has been so far, or what exercise you are going to start today. This not only strengthens your vibration, but helps other people awaken to abundance. If this script touched your heart and you want to receive more content that changes the way you live and manifest, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Activate the bell so you don't miss the next videos, and invite a friend to embark on this journey with you. Together, let's turn money into positive energy and multiply our earnings with joy, purpose, and awareness. Until the next video, where we will continue to explore how to manifest a life full of prosperity.